Welcome back, movie fans. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic films in cinematic history, Psycho, 1960, directed by the legendary Alfred Hitchcock. Psycho was groundbreaking in its depiction of horror, suspense, and psychological thriller elements, making it a staple in the horror genre. From the haunting score to the shocking twists, Psycho keeps you on the edge of your seat. In this video, we'll take a closer look at some of the most memorable dialogues, dissect key scenes, and reveal some fascinating behind-the-scenes facts. Let's get started. The brilliance of Psycho isn't just in its story, but also in its dialogue, which captures the unsettling tension between characters. Let's take a look at some of the most famous quotes from the film. Norman Bates, Anthony Perkins. "We all go a little mad sometimes." This line has become one of the most iconic phrases in horror film history. Delivered by Norman Bates with a calm, almost innocent demeanor, it underscores the film's exploration of madness and duality. Norman Bates, Anthony Perkins. "Mother, oh God, mother, blood, blood." This chilling cry from Norman after discovering Marion Crane's body in the shower scene highlights the disturbing relationship he has with his mother, a central mystery that drives the film. Marion Crane, Janet Leigh. "I stepped into a private trap back there, and I'd like to go back and try to pull myself out of it before it's too late for me too." Marion Crane, who starts as the main character, expresses her regret for stealing money and trying to escape her past. Little does she know that her fate is sealed as she enters Norman Bates's motel. Detective Arbogast, Martin Balsam. "If it doesn't gel, it isn't aspic. And this ain't gelling." This quirky line comes from the persistent Detective Arbogast, who is starting to suspect something is wrong. It's a subtle hint that things are far from normal at the Bates Motel. Now let's move on to some of the most iconic scenes in Psycho. Hitchcock's ability to build suspense and deliver shocking moments is legendary. And there are key scenes that stand out as unforgettable moments in cinematic history. The shower scene. Perhaps the most famous scene in all of horror cinema, the shower murder is a masterclass in suspense, sound design, and editing. Hitchcock's use of quick cuts, the piercing violin music by Bernard Herrmann, and the shocking violence made it one of the most terrifying moments ever put to film. Interestingly, this scene was revolutionary for how it portrayed violence on screen, especially in 1960 when such explicit moments were rare. Hitchcock even used chocolate syrup for the blood because it appeared better in black and white film. The parlor scene. The conversation between Norman Bates and Marion Crane in the parlor, surrounded by ominous taxidermied birds, is filled with tension. It's here that Norman delivers the famous line, "We all go a little mad sometimes." The scene is a subtle psychological duel between the two characters, with Norman's nervous energy foreshadowing the darkness that lies ahead. The twist ending. When the truth about Norman's mother is revealed, audiences were left stunned. The discovery that Norman was impersonating his mother and had been behind the murders all along is one of the greatest plot twists in movie history. Hitchcock masterfully misleads the audience throughout the film, making the reveal that much more impactful. Norman's final look. In the final scene, as Norman sits in a jail cell wrapped in a blanket, we hear his mother's voice in a chilling inner monologue, "I wouldn't even harm a fly." As the camera zooms in on Norman's face, a ghostly image of his mother's skull is superimposed onto his expression, giving the audience one final disturbing look at his fractured mind. Psycho is not only famous for its story and performances, but also for the way Hitchcock broke new ground in filmmaking. Let's explore some fascinating behind-the-scenes facts that even die-hard fans might not know. The first bathroom scene in Hollywood. Psycho was the first American film to show a toilet flushing. At the time, this was considered inappropriate, but Hitchcock intentionally included it to add realism to the film. Marion's act of flushing the torn-up note down the toilet before her murder was a subtle but shocking detail for audiences in 1960. Hitchcock's control of the audience. Hitchcock famously refused to let anyone into the theater after the movie started, which was unheard of at the time. He wanted to preserve the shock value of the twists and ensure that no one spoiled the ending. It added an air of mystery to the film and contributed to its success. Casting trickery. Hitchcock deliberately cast Janet Leigh, a major star, to play Marion Crane in order to mislead audiences. By killing off the main character halfway through the film, he shocked viewers and subverted expectations. This twist has been mimicked in films ever since. Low-budget masterpiece, Hitchcock shot Psycho on a low budget, using his crew from the TV series Alfred Hitchcock Presents. The film cost just $800,000 to make, but went on to gross over $50 million. This financial success changed the way studios viewed horror films and their profitability. So there you have it. Psycho, 1960, is a timeless horror classic that continues to influence filmmakers today. From its unforgettable dialogue and shocking twists to the iconic shower scene, this film remains a masterclass in suspense. If you haven't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? Let us know your favorite scene or character from Psycho in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into cinema's greatest moments.